system is working well enough so those in the back can hear us. And I know a few of you are finishing up because it took a while to get to the line. But it's time to begin the festivities of the evening. It's a pleasure to be back again for the senior class banquet and awards convocation for 2001. My name is Charlie Lyons. I'm the president of the university. And we'll begin this evening with the toast to the senior class, the graduating class this year. Will you all join me, please? Winston Churchill once observed that the empires of the future are the empires of the mind. Whatever world you hope to create for yourself, now is the time to begin. Now is the time to commence that work as to be. For what you have done and for what you will do, we salute you. Please join me in saluting the class of 2001. Thank you. We'll continue the evening with the address to the graduates delivered by Scott A. Woodson, Director of Student Services. Please welcome Scott to the podium.
When I was asked to address the graduates of this convocation, I was initially very pleased and touched that you would choose me for this honor. Representatives from the senior class told me to make it fun and make it upbeat. But I ran into a wall. Well, not literally, although I've been known to do that before, but figuratively. Every time I tried to write something funny, it came out corny or totally inappropriate. I was certain I had lost my touch. Heck, I never have a problem being funny, not at the Benny Awards or the talent reviews, but these events were not very formal or serious. As many of you know, most of the jokes that I use in both of these venues would not have been appropriate for tonight, and we're all leaving. So I then decided to do the best thing to do was to relax and write a speech from the heart. I knew I had to enjoy the experience of writing this speech, or else it would show in my delivery at convocation. I guess it's true what they say about speeches. They're a lot like babies. They should be really fun to conceive, but a real pain to deliver. So I decided to follow the advice of a great speaker I once knew, who told me that speeches should be short, and you should all be very happy about that, to the point, and should entertain as well as teach the audience. Now, I was wondering, what could I teach this great group of scholars and students? I decided against an overview of art history from the Fauves to the Post-Impressionists, and you guys should all be really thankful. I thought about a layman's description of the departmental budgeting process on campus, but if you ask my supervisor and anybody else, I'm pretty clueless about that stuff. So I have here a list that I call Scott's 11 Commandments of Great Living, that I will share with you in a quick and hopefully painless process of living. By the way, as an aside, the reason I have 11 commandments is because the 10 commandment thing has already been done, and I'm not one to be outdone. These commandments are based on my life and the way in which I have chosen to live it. I share these commandments because they've served me well. I'm a happy person, and I'm proud of it. And I have great shoes. I just thought I'd share that. Sorry about that. Okay. All right. graduates are about to, it's important to keep your chin up and accept advice from those, and accept that kind of advice that will help you live more comfortably and better advice. My 11 commandments. Commandment number 1. Spend a portion of each day alone, not being lonely, but being with yourself. At times, you may have to be your own best friend. Get to know that friend so that you can do what's best for him or her. Number 2, always strive for excellence. Being mediocre is a terrible waste of time. Being a person of excellence is always timeless. Commandment number 3, have an attitude, but make sure it's positive. Number 4, do not ever be afraid to let people know what you will not do, but always be afraid of those people who won't do anything. Number 5, be confident. Walk into every room, not as if you own it, but as if you've been there before. What am I up to? Number 6? Yeah, sorry. Number 6, exhibit true class. Now, true class is the ability to make people to feel comfortable while making others feel comfortable. Snobbery is not classy. It can be a little bit fun though, can't it? Anyway. Number 7, always maintain a personal signature style in all that you do, because trendiness is just way too easy, folks. Number 8, learn always and share intellect freely. Unfortunately, knowledge is sometimes seen as a commodity, and I think that's a shame. Number 9, keep family and friends near and dear. Family and friends are the most important parts of all of your lives, and they always will be. Number 10, wake up every morning and look at yourself in the mirror and say, damn, I'm good. But don't forget that the rest of the world around you is good as well. And commandment number 11, the last one, and the one I think is most important, and the one that I live by carefully, is do not forget that you do not go through life alone. People have helped you along the way, and these people need to hear thank you now and then. In remembering my graduation from college and how I felt at that time, I remember feeling a real sense of accomplishment. I also remember feeling a bit nostalgic about the good times I had with friends. I also remember that I felt the need to follow commandment number 11 and thank those who had helped me. I wanted to thank them publicly, but I never really got the chance. So here's your chance to do just that. I have spoken to a few members of the class of 2001, your class, and they too feel the need to thank some people publicly. I really appreciate this opportunity to speak all of you, but my turn to speak is done now. I would like to invite Donna Guyon, Ray Finney, Ann Shedier, and Angela Associate to the podium to thank some people publicly and follow commandment number 11. Angela, let's go first.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my parents and my sister for supporting me and loving me in my life and throughout the past 4 years. I'd like to thank Sean for putting up with me. It's been long, but it's been good. And last of all, I'd like to thank Lucy for being such a good friend and a good mentor to me these past few months. It's been great working with you. Thanks.
I'm very happy to be here to take this opportunity to say a heartfelt thank you to the faculty, the Division of Nursing, and to my family. Thank you, Rachel, Lisa, Pam, Jenny, Aaron, and the administrative assistant, Lena, for all your support and guidance. It was much appreciated to be here tonight. Thank you, Terry, Nathan, Medea, and Natasha. Thank you to my brothers, Darla, Sean, Kevin, their spouses, and my sister Mary. And there's one unsung hero. She's been with me through the last 4 years. And I have a little poem. I hope you bear with me, I need to read. And this is in her honor. And that's old. Graduation is a time for feeling thoughts and saying them out loud. It's time for feeling loud and leaves its thanks to let my loved one know. Natasha, you're my hero. and I want you to know, as we sacrificed together, I was proud to watch you grow and say, Mom, I want you home. With patience belonged your fledgling years, you cheered your mother on. My accomplishments must shine on you. We did this thing together, and through the struggle you became mature and wise forever. As I labored on with all my works, sharing time with you and books, you became my grown-up girl, and I became a nurse. Thank you.
There are so many people I'd like to thank tonight. When I first arrived here, I didn't know anyone, but all the staff and the faculty have changed that. I now cannot walk down the hall without being stopped by 5 or 6 different people and having to talk to them. I'd like to thank Tamara Mitchell for remembering my name my first week here at the university. Tamara then employed me the next year, and when I could not go home for my Canadian Thanksgiving, she invited me to thank Scott Lazin. You have been like a father to me while I was away from home. Although we do not always see eye to eye on every issue, I cherish all the tips and bits of advice that you have given me over the years. To the office staff, Jason, Lisa, Linda, Peggy, Brenda, Annette, Lynn, Jerry, and even Naomi. You always knew when to cheer. To the faculty here at UMFK, you have all helped me in one way or another. Kim Borges, you taught me that chemistry was fun. Deb Prignitz taught me to ask why and not to give up until I got an answer. Jim Killarney, you made me think about how I fit into this world, and now I am starting to see why. Mary L. Squire, you have taught me to be proud of who I am and making me laugh in class. And Steve Sells for showing me that plants are interesting. By the way, they're taking over my room. I've had great professors in my 4 years here, and I expect more in the years to come. I also like to thank the students here at UMFK. You have supported me as a student senate president for 2 years now, and although I move on, I support you now. Last but not least, I'd like to thank my family for all the support that you have given encouragement every step of the way. Thank you all for making me who I am today.
A lot of people in this room I know from my, let's see, it was 1983 when I first came to the University of Fort Kent. I'm still here. Oh no, I'm done, guys. But I really want to thank each and every one of you. Nina Corvo, I don't know her, she's excellent. Bruno, my advisor, thank you. All the other faculty and staff along the way that has either pushed or prodded me along. Also, there's one special person that without this person, what I have pursued or accomplished today would not have been possible. That's my best friend, my husband, thank you. Especially this last year, where there's been a lot of wonderful firsts. Jason, athletic department, Dr. Williams. I got to teach in the classroom for the first time this year, so there was a lot of firsts. Well, Michael took the role, he enabled me to pursue this education. He took the role of keeping the house together. I had clean clothes to wear. He also became my personal secretary. That was a first. The Leno Show called, do you want to return their call? And I mean, it was wonderful. So, Michael, I want to thank you publicly, because you're always the one that's left behind. Thank you for enabling me to pursue this dream. Thank you for being my best friend.
Thank you very much to all the students who helped me with my address. And you guys can have a seat now. Thank you very much. Speaker who will be addressing you. She is the president of your class, the senior class president, Kathleen Elizabeth Bowers.
everyone. I'm glad to see so many here tonight to help us celebrate our achievements. First, I would like to thank all the people who helped us along the way. Faculty for always being there, staff who knew what we should do when, friends who listened with patience, and finally our families. If it weren't for your help and understanding, the road would have been much more difficult. I'd like to share something with you that was written by John Rhodes. Do more than exist, live. Do more than touch, feel. Do more than look, observe. Do more than read, absorb. Do more than hear, listen. Do more than listen, understand. Do more than talk. Else, but this has been a long 4 years. Orientation Day. And with Orientation Day came, and with it, my first impression of UMFK. Picture this. All the freshmen are split up into groups of 8 or so. Each group has an advisor. Ours was Scott. Scott pulled out a roll of toilet paper and informed us that there had been a problem getting new dispensers installed in time for orientation. So we should all take what we felt we would need for the day. We passed around the roll and took our share. A young woman before me took plenty, almost an armful. She passed the roll to me, but something felt wrong. How could a campus have problems with every dispenser? Being a little skeptical, I took just a few pieces. Well, as it turned out, you had to tell one thing about yourself for each sheet you took. The young woman took it all in stride and began to tell us her life story. Buying books is an eye-opener. Talk about sticker shock. The first time I saw syllabus, I thought, he must be kidding. 8 o'clock grad classes? Anyone have some Tylenol? My very first computer class. Excuse me, Dawn, but you lost me about 25 steps ago. The very first grade exam. Oops, I mean quiz. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, by the way, where's the fish? Lost my place. Men and women's soccer games. Brought back the potato barrel. Basketball games. Go Bengals. Way to go, guys. You. Bus trips to Scott's favorite activity. Shopping. Midnight team. Do you try to always get the coldest nights of the year, or is it just luck? Spring meltdown. That means the students during finals week, doesn't it? Lastly, our favorite of all, the capstone. The dreaded capstone. Dawn and Wade, Ray, we promise we won't procrastinate. I'd like to finish with a quote from Frank Outlaw. Watch your thoughts, they become words. Watch your words, they become actions. Watch your actions, they become habits. Watch your habits, they become character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Carol Brown, Vice President for Academic Affairs and the Mistress of Ceremonies for this evening. We have an exciting evening ahead of us. In fact, we've already experienced some pretty wonderful things. We've had a very wonderful dinner, thanks to Aramark Services. Should we give them a round of applause? become a long tradition at UMFK, the class song. It's not new, but I promise you, long time. Now, here to lead us through this musical adventure is our very own Fort Kent celebrity, Chuck Foster.
Now, I'm not going to do this alone because I fear for my life, and I'm going to ask to have Scott Bazin, who is a co-conspirator, join me. Also out there is Dave Hobbins. Dave, he's going to accompany. Oh, Roger Roy. We need Roger. Roger knows a lot of words that we didn't include in the song. Come on, Roger. Oh, Janet Murakami, please, Janet, come on up. And Terry Wonder. Terry, please come on up. Now this ought to, come on, Janet and Terry, yes, you'll provide enough targets here. Now this song, which you find on your placemat, and will go down one side and then cross over and go down the other. If you're offended, I'm terribly sorry. If you're not offended, there's probably something wrong with you. This song is sung to the tune of Betsy from Pike. Do you remember when you first arrived? An incoming class of 105, or maybe 200, or just 96. Well, some marginal number, no decimal bits. You grand education from UMFK. Do you remember your first bite of lunch, or dinner, or breakfast, or Saturday brunch? You thought it was tasty, you swore it was neat. Just pray there's no truth to you are what you eat. You grand education from UMFK. Now I can't join in. We cannot bear this burden alone. And you can't throw as well when you're singing. Do you remember your ITV class? Years of technology when you passed. You watched all your classes, you studied with Mike, and when you got bored, you just watched Guiding Light. You grand education from UMFK. We'll never forget the construction out back. Kept the building up on the right track. We don't know what's inside, could it be a trick? A really big smoke shack, we'll see that. Education from UMFK. With email and voicemail, we cross our phones. With attendance in class was sometimes not prudent. You may think you're safe, now they're going away. us something a little bit more attractive. Audrey Robichaux.
Good evening, everybody.
Time
Thank you, Chuck. And Audrey, that was wonderful. Not yours, Chuck, just Audrey's. May have to take back that thing about the celebrities. I'm not. We now come to the heart of this evening's celebration. We are here to acknowledge and to congratulate those students who have not only been successful in college, but who have excelled in their academic pursuits. Each presenter will come forward to give his or her presentation, and we ask that all of the recipients return to the podium at the conclusion of the ceremonies. The first presenter that I would like to call forward is Tracy Ann Hobbs, who will be presenting the Student Senate Outstanding Senior Award.
The criterion for this award is simply stated in our handbook as a student that displays academic excellence and university leadership. These two criteria do not even begin to describe, possibly tell you, and this committee and that committee will probably be mentioned later in the evening. Rather, whether it is a homesick student at 2 o'clock in the morning, or I have just read a sappy article in Reader's Digest and need to read it to somebody, he is there with a shoulder to cry on and an ear to listen, even though he has a chemistry test to study for the next day. As president of our Student Senate, he has always treated senators fairly, and usually there is never an excuse for not a problem, don't worry about it. It has been my pleasure serving you as your vice president for the past year. Ray, you are my best friend, and I can vouch for the fact that you have very broad shoulders, and I want to thank you for making the past 3 years that much easier for me, and getting your nursing degree just so you can be around for my senior year. It is with great honor and pride that I present to you the Student Senate Outstanding Senior Award for 2001. Up next is Scott Bazin, the Alumni Association President.
I'm back. With a different hat on now. It gives me great pleasure, both as the president of the UMFK Alumni Association and as the director of student services on this campus, to present the Alumni Association Outstanding Senior Award to a student who I've had the great pleasure of working with in a number of capacities over the past few years. The recipient of this award this year is a 2-time Student Senate President, a Senate Secretary, a Resident Assistant Supervisor, a telecounselor for the admissions office, and on and on and on, and an academically strong student graduating with a degree in biology and continuing for a degree in nursing. He lives to serve his fellow students and this institution. I'm proud to have been able to work so closely with this student, and I'm very proud to call him my friend. Please help me congratulate Raymond Robert Finney. I also have the pleasure of announcing the Alumni Association Scholarship winner. The Alumni Association Scholarship is given to a deserving undergraduate based on academic performance, campus and community service, and need. I didn't know this student very well until she took an art class from me last summer. She came into my class petrified and very uncertain of her artistic abilities. But as usual, this person is the mother of 3 who started her college career later in life and has taken on the challenge of being a lifelong learner, all the while bound a very impressive array of involvement in her church, her community, and in the lives of children. It is my pleasure to present the 2001 Alumni Association Scholarship to Janice L. Jackson. It's now my pleasure to announce the next speaker. Once again, Kathleen Elizabeth Bowers, Senior Class President.
Every year, the senior class chooses a faculty to giving to an outstanding faculty. And as a senior class president, I am pleased to award Outstanding Faculty Award to John Campbell Elliott.
I've been fortunate to pick up a few awards here and there, but I want to tell you that an award from the students is the one that I cherish the most. Thank you very much, and good luck to you students, and God bless.
Now I would like to invite our next award presenter, George Diaz.
Good evening, everyone. Academic services, or academic and counseling services, and I must explain this every year, it's a government project. It's a student support services government grant, and our mission is to assist low-income and first-generation students to successfully complete their graduate program, and of course graduate before camp. Since we serve a great many non-traditional students, it is no surprise that the recipient of this award is an example of the non-traditional type of student that we serve. Degree in 1999. She didn't stop there. She continued her education, and tomorrow she will receive a Bachelor of Science degree with a double major. She has also experienced a complete college experience by serving in the position in the senior class. She has accomplished all this while raising a family, which I'm sure everyone is aware is a feat in itself. So it gives me great pleasure to represent the academic services staff and present this award to Kathleen Elizabeth Bowers. And the next presenter is Janet Murakami.
Good evening and congratulations all you graduates. Tonight I have the honor of presenting the Hubert J. Thibodeau Award is presented to a student in teacher education of junior standing who has excelled academically and also shows promise as a future teacher. Tonight's recipient, Bonnie's been with us for 3 years. She's a junior this year. She excels academically, but when I looked at the criteria for showing promise as a teacher, or a promising future teacher, it's become very hard in the last 3 years getting to know Bonnie to think of her as a future teacher. I watch her in the classroom every day. She's always there to lend a hand to teach students who need a little extra work or support. She's become an integral part of the campus and activities here. She's volunteered in many of the schools and has become a respected both volunteer and substitute teacher in many of our
It is with great pleasure that I announce the presentation of the Joan D. Sylvain Award to Sandy Burkhart. Distance and too many years being a student did not allow Sandy to be with us this evening. But I do believe that Sandy will be a lifelong learner and that he will continue to grow as an educator. Our next presenter is the chair of our
Courtenay has been one of our better students since I've encountered her 4 years ago. This past year, she was the president of the Students of Community Service Club, which is one of our crowning achievements in behavioral sciences. We place students in the community to teach them what the real world is like. The other outstanding senior is Kathleen Elizabeth Bowers, whom I had the pleasure of working next to. And she was my techno guru. It's a wonderful person to have working next to her. So, Courtenay and Kathleen, congratulations. The next presenter is Daryl Roulette, Assistant Professor of Criminal Justice.
My pleasure at this time to present the Criminal Justice Award. I like to call this the Top Cop to Be Award. But in some cases, graduates go on to law school and become attorneys. I get over that part of it. This year's recipient is a young lady who was a joy to have in my classes. Would Cindy Netto please come forward?
Good evening, everyone, and congratulations, graduates. Could I ask the forestry graduates to please stand? I know you're not all here, but a few of you that are. Come on, I know there's more than Brett. Thank you, Brett. I wanted them to stand this evening because since the creation of our new Associate of Science Forest Technology, the accredited program, this group of students has the highest GPA on average of our previous classes. Secondly, a number of our graduates are forest rangers who are from all corners of the state, who have, through outreach programs and distance education, over the last 6 years, taking 1 and 2 courses a semester, caring for their families, doing their forest ranger job full-time, have finally completed their forestry degree, and we want to congratulate them as well. All top scholars. This has been and I'm assuming from the single response that Rana Goslin is not here. Is that correct? Rana, are you here? The faculty would also like to congratulate Rana, so please pass this on. We do not have a formal award, but Rana has been our most improved student. We are very proud of her, and would you please tell her that? Thank you, Rana. Finally, my task at hand is to, amongst all the scholarship that we've had this year, it has been a very difficult choice, and we went by the numbers, and quality does rise to the top. And the gentleman that I'm going to introduce to receive the Forest Technology Award is our top scholar, father, husband, social worker, and forest technician, Mr. Brett Loudy. Just a point of information, last year Brett was our Pinkham Scholarship winner. Congratulations, Brett. There's been a slight change in the schedule. The next presenter will be for the Math Science Award will be Professor Roger Roy, Associate, I believe it's Assistant Professor of Business and Mathematics. Roger? Now last year, I had no idea how I was going to introduce him, but I thought it was very kind.
Did you notice that he said that as far as your technology students weren't all here? Or all here, rather. I think he was referring to the forest technology professors. Anyway.
Next year, Roger.
This has been much too serious an evening. Although, we have a serious thing now. Presenting the Math Science Award. This student did outstanding work in all her math courses and later on in science courses, right across the she's already received awards for work she did in the behavioral sciences. I don't know of any area that she's not done outstanding work at. The Math Science Award on Courtney Deal. The next presenter is for the Computer Applications Award, and I said that I would do something different. I'd like to introduce him as Mr. Rachel Albert.
Good evening, everyone. It is with great pleasure and honor that I serve as presenter of the 2001 Computer Applications Award this evening. This year, Don Soucy assisted me in the very difficult task of selecting as award recipient the single best candidate from a substantial pool of highly qualified individuals who are all here. This year's award recipient is particularly distinguished as having previously been awarded a baccalaureate degree in social sciences, and upon regaining his senses, has recently received word of his acceptance into graduate school at Nova Southeastern University to further advance his knowledge and understanding of computer information systems, and is having a tremendous zeal for doing the best work possible under sometimes trying conditions. Tonight, he is rightfully being recognized for his truly exceptional academic standing and his overall potential for future growth and development in the computer applications and education area. It is with great pleasure that I now present to you the 2001 Computer Applications Award recipient, Mr. John Richardson. Congratulations, John. Best wishes to you. I would now like Roy, actually Professor Roger Roy, if you would please come up and present the very distinguished business management award. And we'll discuss it later on this evening.
Business Award, Business Management Award, I'm really proud to present to an outstanding graduate. She's done fantastic work. She did a lot of work in the honors program and just excelled in everything she did in the business area, way above and beyond.
and it's nice to keep it in the family. Carol Ann Doobie. The next award is the Chemistry Award, and Roland Lavelle is going to present that.
Madame le maître de cérémonie, Monsieur le Président, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My task here today is to nominate the winner of the CRC Freshman Chemistry Achievement Award. Now the CRC, what does that mean? It's very simply chemistry or chemical rubber publishing company. There I've been publishing a book, the so-called Handbook of Physics and Chemistry, for many, many years. In fact, I was fortunate quite some time ago, not a ceremony as grandiose as this one tonight, but anyway, I won it. And it's my understanding that tonight we will give a plaque to the winner, but a book is to follow later. Now this book is, even though you've had it for years and years in your office, it's never obsolete. It's out of date, but never obsolete. It has a tremendous amount of information in that book, and this will follow the winner, I'm sure, from here on in. You know, you can always use it because water still boils at 100 degrees Celsius at standard atmospheric pressure. That doesn't change. Now, for the nomination, I was given a number of guidelines, and I've had to abide to a certain number of guidelines given to me in order to discern and to zero in on a winner of this award. Number one, that this person had to have completed both Chemistry 1 and 2, which I was fortunate this year to be lecturing. The second point was that the person must have excelled in performance in both the lecture and also in the lab. This is important, not only in the classroom, showing up for all the courses and so on, so, but also for the laboratory components as well. And then thirdly, this person must have the highest mark in both Chem 1 and 2. So in my judgment, that was fairly easy to come out with that answer. The person that has best fulfilled this condition is Sean Caron. Is the Assistant Professor of Environmental Studies, Kim Borges.
Tonight I have the honor to present an ending student who I've had the great, has been an exemplary student, perceptive, hard classroom, actually one of the few driving forces in the Environmental Studies Club this year. She chose our campus sight unseen and traveled a long way to study here.
I hope that she has gained as much from the time she spent here as we have gained by having her in the Environmental Studies program. The recipient of the Environmental Studies Award for this year is Ayako Shimada. Our next presenter will be Rachel Albert, the chair of the Nursing Division.
This is always very difficult because many of our students are deserving of recognition. However, both individuals receiving an award tonight were selected based on their ability to constantly demonstrate leadership ability and professionalism, high academic achievement, and significant contributions to the university and community at large. The UMFK Outstanding Nursing Student Award is presented to an individual who demonstrates all of this. His leadership was instrumental to the student nursing organization where he served as president. He also took his leadership to the state and national level where he represented the student body on nursing issues. This year was the first time in the history of the nursing program that a UMFK nursing student was elected as president of the Maine State Student Nursing Organization. He was commissioned as an ensign officer in the United States Navy and has taken a position at Bethesda Medical Center in Maryland. He will make a fine nurse. I wish he and his family the best as they relocate and he assumes his new position. Please help me to congratulate Daniel McClure. The second award is a UMFK Outstanding RN to BSN Student Award. It is awarded to a student who's already a nurse, however has completed the requirements for the BSN. I had the fortune of teaching and learning from this student over the internet. She is currently working in my favorite area of nursing, emergency nursing. In fact, she recently received an award for her expertise as an ED nurse of 15 years. I met her and her husband last night for the first time at our pinning ceremony. She is a beautiful individual. Her husband has plans for her to pursue her master's in a beautiful and warm part of the country so that he can vacation. Suzanne Mosher, there is no doubt in my mind about your ability to achieve and pursue your dream. Go for it. Suzanne? Who is presenting on behalf of Deborah Prignitz, who claims that the nursing faculty of all people infected her with the bug.
When Peg discovered that Deb had fallen ill, well, actually she didn't fall, she just became ill. Peg Bard, who has arranged all of this and who does a wonderful, wonderful job in the academic vice president's office. Without her, we would die. She looked around to try to find a former chair, an old chair that could do the job. I was the oldest one she could find at the university. We are very fortunate this year to have 2 recipients of this award. The Faculty Academic Achievement Awards this year go to Anne Chatier and Gail Ann Desjardins. They please come up. Return the podium to Dr. Brown.
Thank you, Judd. It's my pleasure to present the Associate of Arts Academic Achievement Award to the student who has maintained the highest grade average while completing an associate's degree. I asked my colleagues to tell me a little bit about this year's recipient, Amy Roy. One faculty member said she is a naturally gifted student. She is a student who has not only gained the reputation for being outstanding academically, but has come to realize that she has the talent and the potential to do whatever she decides that she wants to do in life. So Amy, I ask you to come forward to receive your award. The next award is the Dean's Award. This award recognizes the student who has maintained the highest overall GPA while completing a bachelor's degree. This year, being a little unsure of herself when she first began her career at UMFK. But it didn't take long for everyone to realize that she was going to be one of our outstanding graduates. The recipient, Gail Ann Desjardins, is an education major. Her teachers describe her as a delightful person, a hard worker, and an inspiration to others. She has a nurturing spirit and a genuine love of learning that will serve her well in her chosen profession of teaching. Gail, will you please come forward to receive your award? The next presenter is Scott Berkman, Assistant Professor of Music.
Every year from faculty, money from faculty donations, the Associated Faculties of the University of Maine gives out 3 scholarships to students' achievement, service, their potential for future success, and need, which in today's economic climate probably describes everybody. But these students we felt went above and beyond the call of duty in deserving these awards. One of them cannot be here tonight, Dorothy Ann Hart. The other 2 are Miranda Renee Hafford and Daniela Melissa Hutcherson. And in all seriousness, speaking of a love of learning, it gives me great pleasure to present the next presenter, Jim Killarney, who really is an inspiration to us for the love of learning. This is Taylor. My Lloyd Red Powell Scholarship Award. That's an award given to students. The award is not just limited to the senior class. It's for at any level, freshman, sophomore, junior, or senior. It's given for not only outstanding academic achievement, but also contributions to the university and community. We have two outstanding students. The first student not only an academic scholar, but a scholar athlete. She has recently received the Division II All-American Scholar Athlete Award. She's one of the top students at the university. She's vice president of the Student Senate. She's captained her athletic teams. I've been lucky to have her as my teaching assistant along with John Elliott, who keeps taking too much of her time away. And most importantly, this is Taylor's mom. Tracy House. To the podium, I seem to be losing something else in my body. My eyes were on this past year. I'm going to begin my introduction of this next student by talking about the world in which we live. We are all concerned worldwide. We live in a troubled world, concerned. Even at university levels, universities, we seem to be losing ground. Political government influences are affecting such things as our education programs. The government now tells us not only what to teach, but how to teach it, and even how to measure it. Corporate business interests are also making an impact, unfortunately, on the freedom of education. Against the environmental studies program just a few years ago, we sold out our biological park to a credit card company. However, the student who stands as a moral center, as well as a moral model at the University of Maine at Fort Kent. This student, in the past 7 years that I've known her, I think I've earned about 12 credits of ethics and morality. She's not only a great student, she's also the regional coordinator for the youth ministry program. She's also the UMFK campus minister. Most importantly, she's a great mom and a great spouse. Karen Willett, would you please come up? The next award is going to be presented by Jeff Dumas.
First of all, before I present this award, I want to get something straight. Roger and Bruce said something about forest technology professors not all being here, referring to me or Dave or both of us. It's my pleasure tonight to give the Thomas S. Pinkham Scholarship. The Thomas S. Pinkham Scholarship is given each year to a forestry student who has shown excellence in forestry. This year's recipient is a freshman in the forest technology program. He's one of those students that you know the first day you have him, he's going to be good. It's been a real pleasure to have this person in my class. He's very serious about his coursework and about forestry as a whole. He has a great work ethic and a great attitude in the classroom, and he's been a very positive influence on his fellow students. and he's also very well respected not only by the students but also by the forestry faculty. It's a great honor tonight to give the Thomas S. Pinkham Scholarship to Ron Brown.
Thank you, and first my congratulations to all the graduates tonight. Let me first indicate to you, it seems a little strange for having an environmental scholarship with my name, Clinique. For those of you who are not from this area, I'll tell you just very quick. Years ago, when I reached the 25 years of service in the Maine legislature, a group of friends decided that they wanted to do something. And I resented the fact that they were going to honor someone as if I was going to be passing away from sight. If they wanted to have an event, which they raised whatever money would come out of it, would be for scholarships at the University of Maine at Fort Kent. A number of them are awarded yearly. About 6 regular awards are given and will be given to seniors throughout this state. And one of them I decided personally I wanted to be given to someone who was involved in the environmental studies program and would, as a result of that participation, be chosen by the faculty of the University of Maine at Fort Kent, and would serve during the next summer, this coming summer, as not a tourist, but as an active participant worker on the Allagash Wilderness Waterway. And we'll be there throughout the summer if you wish to see this individual. In addition to that, the individual will receive a $1,000 scholarship for this coming fall semester. It is my pleasure to Mr. Flanagan. I'll just say that we see you on the river this summer. It is now my pleasure to present to you the Medical Center program.
The award is based upon academic class standing and financial need, with preference being given to students. Established to honor the memory of Dr. Zooey Suntaub on Northern Maine Medical Center and family and friends, the scholarship provides financial assistance to qualified students enrolled in the baccalaureate nursing. Dr. Taub, who practiced medicine in the St. John Valley for 20 years, in order to perpetuate his memory, this scholarship was created. I am pleased to announce this year's recipient is Odette Zion. Please come forward and accept the award again. The next award is the Dr. and Mrs. L.G. Toussaint Memorial Scholarship. The Dr. and Mrs. L.G. Toussaint Memorial Scholarship was established in 1995 by Dr. Peter and Jen McLaren Toussaint to honor the memory of Peter's parents, Dr. Leonard Gerard and Mrs. Georgette Toussaint. The scholarship provides financial assistance and an opportunity for voluntary community service to non-traditional students attending the University of Maine at Fort Kent. Dr. Toussaint practiced medicine and obstetrics in the St. John Valley area from 1934 to 1973. He was one of the founding fathers of People's Benevolent Hospital, now known as Northern Maine Medical Center. Georgette was a university-trained operating room nurse and mother to 6 children. Both were natives of the valley and fluently bilingual. This fund is used to provide scholarships to those aged 25 years and older attending the University of Maine at Fort Kent. Students may be enrolled either part-time or full-time. The preference will be given to students who are first-time enrollees at the university enrolled for 6 or more credit hours. Students provide vouchers for one of its affiliates. The award is restricted to residents of the St. John Valley. I am very pleased to announce this year's recipient is Paul Stephen Stratton. Please come forward and accept the award.
It is my very, very great pleasure to introduce and call to the podium again our favorite president, Charlie Lyons.
Thank you, Carol. I think there are very few universities left in the world where the president can give 7 awards over 3 different categories coming up and say that I know all 7 winners well and personally. I don't think there are many places left where you can have that kind of closeness in a campus community. It gives me great pride to be able to do this evening. The first award tonight is the Jonathan and Dawn S. Moore's Memorial Fund. This scholarship is the product of Dawn Moore, a wonderful woman. A few of you who have been here for a few years know the story that I often tell here for many, many years. Was predeceased by her husband, Jonathan, by 40 years. They had no children. She lived a very frugal life outside of Bangor. I knew her very, very well in the years up to her death. She died at age 92. I spent a lot of time with her, and I love to tell the story of how she would give me tea, and then she would give me a little paper towel to dry my hands, wash my hands, and then she would hang it on a little miniature clothes rack so it could dry and she could use it again. That kind of Yankee frugality allowed her to build up what she left to UMFK for scholarships for St. John Valley students, a bank account of $300,000. And if you saw the way she lived, you wouldn't think she had a penny at the end of the day. The winner of this award tonight doesn't get the whole $300,000, but does get a portion of the interest it earns every year for us. Dawn Moore's cared deeply about the St. John River Valley and wanted students from the valley, as she put it, and we worked on this language. She actually decided on language that said, students who are residents of the valleys of the upper St. John River and its tributaries, and were enrolled in bilingual bicultural studies programs, French major, or other university program with a bilingual bicultural focus. The winner of the Moore's Scholarship this year is Sherry Lee Bonifant. Next, I have the pleasure of announcing the winners of the Presidential Awards for Academic Excellence. These are students who have achieved Dean's List status for 7 consecutive semesters at the University of Maine at Fort Kent. There are 4 winners of this award. I'd like to ask each to come forward individually. First, Kathleen Elizabeth Bowers. She gave me permission to spend 30 seconds telling her a very short story. You've seen her walk out of here tonight with a lot of hardware. And Kathy and I first met when I was invited 4 or 5 years ago to be the graduation speaker at the SAD 27 Adult Education Graduation. And I went in that room and I saw people who had made a new start in life, who had decided to do something about where they were in life and take themselves to a new level. And I saw Kathy Bowers that night for the first time in my life, and I said to Peter Karen afterwards, let's do something to get Kathy to college, and we'll make it financially possible for her to do that. And with Kathy, we began each year to pick and outstanding the kind of money that would make it possible for them to attend UMFK. And Kathy was the first, and I'm very proud of you, Kathy. Second winner tonight, Presidential Award for Academic Excellence, Maureen M. Jarrett. Tessie Ann Levesque. And the fourth winner, much to Darrell Valent's delight, is not here this evening because Peter Benjamin Michaud is at State Police Orientation. Once again, as I call these names, unless you're part of the UMFK community, either our direct family or our extended family, it's very hard to understand perhaps the way most of us feel when we give these awards, all of us who've been presenting tonight, because we're presenting awards not just to our students, but to our friends. It's very, very different than most institutions would find. The third and final award I have to present tonight is from the Robert J. Hensler Memorial Fund. Robert J. Hensler was a 1982 graduate of the University of Maine at Fort Kent. At the request of Mr. and Mrs. Warner Hensler, this scholarship was established in memory of their son, Robert, who died accidentally and tragically in September of 1982. Almost immediately. I'm in close touch with the Hensler family. In fact, we'll be meeting with them this Saturday evening in Manhattan. And they have asked the award go to someone who has shown courage in overcoming all obstacles and achieving high academic standing, and who is a graduating senior. Two students who won this award are all each won separately. First, Carol Ann Doobie. Second winner of the Hensler Award, second Hensler Fellow of the evening, and another trip to the stage, Maureen M. Jarrett. Thank you, Dean Brown, for an excellent job presiding up here tonight. Thanks to everyone who participated both in giving and receiving awards. A couple of announcements before we break. I'll repeat Dr. Brown's request. Will all recipients of awards please gather here at the stage immediately following our adjournment for photos. Second, will those of you who have not yet picked up, and there are a few of you, caps and gowns for tomorrow, please see Diane Nelosovsky right back there against the wall. Right, Diane? As you leave here tonight so that you can get squared away with her. A special thank you tonight to both the Aramark staff for a great meal, for all those students, staff, faculty who contributed, who served tonight, and especially Peggy Bard, where is she? Who makes it all happen.